What's good, 99 Dreamers? We back at it, episode 5 of the 99 Dream podcast. My name is Julian Taliaferro. You already know we coming again with another weekly business update, lessons of the week, and topic for the day, which is continuous improvement or continuous development. And the first iteration of the phrase that I want to use for our community is: Are you going to live your life or are you going to make your life? So, as I said previously, a lot of my favorite rappers have their go-to phrases or like mantras, and I'm gonna try one out each episode and then see which one fits. That will characterize our community that we're trying to build over here at the 99 Dream podcast. So that's gonna be my first one. Are you gonna live your life or are you gonna make your life? And I don't know how that sounds, but it's all right. But yeah, but you know, just to let you guys know, we're trying to level up a little bit. So, different camera. I finally have a mic now. So, trying to increase the quality of the podcast and just get things rolling a little bit. Try to get better each and every episode when it comes to podcasting itself, when it comes to me communicating my ideas through the podcast, and then also just, the video, audio, everything needs to be in line. So, hopefully you guys can rock with me as we just continue to get better on this journey. So starting off with the weekly update, before in my past episodes, I was only really highlighting my e-commerce company that I started, but now I want to, be a little bit more vulnerable and talk about I want to talk about my vision for myself, in terms of my other entrepreneurship endeavors and then kind of what I already started. So in my head, I see myself by the end of 2023 having a successful e-commerce company, a successful marketing company, being a successful podcaster. So doing this every single week, giving updates and just lessons and trying to give value. And then also I have a little like a comic strip kind of thing that I'm doing on Instagram. And each of these, pose certain challenges. So the e-commerce company, I'll give that update last and talk about that and the updates that I made this week from last week. But I want to talk a little bit about my marketing company that I want to start. So I initially kind of got tuned in to Grant Cardone, and I was going through one of his courses that I bought. And in it, he was talking about the necessity of marketing in every business endeavor, but also the benefits of starting your own marketing company. And kind of from that, I also realized how crucial marketing was when it comes to my own personal companies that I want to have, but also just in the grand scheme of things when it comes out to helping other businesses. So I realized that marketing was, a firm or company that I wanted to start. But I heard a quote, I forgot who it was from, but it was saying that entrepreneurs don't start companies, entrepreneurs solve problems. So for me to just open up a marketing company or a marketing firm, it wouldn't be correct because I wouldn't have a problem that I'm fixing. I would just be starting a company to start a company. So in my mind, I started trying to rationalize how would I be able to create a profitable company that does marketing. And I realized that I need to first understand what companies need. So that would put the onus on me to now go out in my local Miami area and ask these local businesses what are they lacking in the marketing area, and then from there see if I could have a solution in order to help them out. And then that would be my premise on starting my company, and that's how I would generate leads, by first asking what is needed from the companies and then offering a solution for that. Secondly, my podcasting thing. Like I said, I'm trying to do this every week, get better, building quality, camera, audio, everything, and just myself, and becoming a better communicator of ideas and of, my instances and just everything that I'm going through in my situations. So that's also a big thing. And then I hope that that can generate a community and bring value. And then lastly, my comic strip that I started on Instagram is just a comic strip about the life of like a black man. But the thing about this is I want to be able to grow this comic strip, this Instagram page, but how do I do that? So that kind of goes into me figuring out, how do I maximize my Instagram presence? I've already used, Instagram ads, and that has helped with my following a little bit, but it's not large growth. So I need to figure out bigger and better ways on how to, develop that community when I'm not necessarily adding, educational value, is more, comical value. And what does that look like when it comes to Instagram followers and how intrigued they are into my posts? So that's something that I have to, continue to work on. And these are the four main pillars of, what I want to go forth with in the future: the e-commerce, marketing, podcast, and then the comic strip, and then also just, side projects. I want to in the future get into real estate with my sister, possibly do some business endeavors with my friends. But those are all, more so side projects, and I'll be focused on these four, in the near future. So for my e-commerce company, last episode I said that I should be having a shipment being sent to me now, that the order should be fulfilled and my samples should be coming. And I was able to cross that off the list. So I was able to get in contact with my manufacturer, pay the sample shipping fee, confirm my address and everything, and it should be on its way now. So, I'm really excited for that. I can't wait. And, I'm just really trying to get ready for next steps when it comes to that. And just really excited. And so for what I want to talk about, what I learned from this week when it comes to lessons, I have a couple of them. I have about 3 lessons for the week. So my first one was just don't go through motions, when you're going through your work. I kind of felt this myself when, you're consistently working every day, you're consistently gaining and adding knowledge, but it doesn't matter if you're not 100% intrigued into or 100% entrenched into whatever you're learning or whatever knowledge you're trying to gain. You need to put your 100% energy into whatever it is that you're doing so you get the most results out of it. So when that comes to me reading a book, I can't passively read the book, because if I'm doing that, then I'm not going to be retaining the information. My eyes are just going to gloss over the words, and I'm not really reading it, and I'm not digesting, the knowledge. But if I'm 100% into it, then I'm going to retain it and I'm going to remember it. And that's crucial when it comes to, being able to use whatever lessons I'm learning these books for the future. And then also, I'm realizing how crucial it is to have like a healthy body. Because when your health is right, then that means you have a healthy spirit, healthy emotions, healthy mind, healthy mental. And it all comes from the base of, your physical self, whatever you're intaking into your body, are you working out every day? And for me, recently I've always been an active person, I consider myself an athlete, even though at this juncture in my age, I don't really play, organized sports anymore, but I still consider myself an athlete. So I stay active, but sometimes I don't prioritize my working out, and I do eat really bad. That is one thing I do. And it's hard to eat, good for me, because it's a time thing. It takes time to cook and then clean, everything. Or sometimes I'm not the best cook, so I might cook something and then not even want to eat it. Or, I might cook something one night and not want to eat it the next. So that poses some problems. And then when you eat out, you're not necessarily getting a balanced meal. So that's like a constant struggle for me. It's been a struggle for like the past, all my college years, just trying to make sure that I get, the right, meals in myself. But now I'm just more conscious on how much is needed, because, I'm exerting just so much more energy throughout the day, mentally wise, when it comes to, consistently working, throughout the day. So me realizing that, that is a major goal for myself. And then also when it comes to my e-commerce thing, I need to be learning something every day. So I'm reading my books. I up my reading to 40 pages a day. So 20 pages in 2 different books that I read each day. And, I listen to a lot of podcasts, the Social Proof podcast. I'm getting more in tune with Earn Your Leisure and Bigger Pockets podcast. But, in that, I'm learning all these extra things, but they're not directly correlated to my industry. So, all these lessons that I'm learning are positive when it comes to development of myself, but they need to be supplemental learnings to my actual knowledge of the industry. If I really want to be successful in e-commerce, then I need to be a e-commerce expert and whatever that means. So I need to learn something every day consistently in the e-commerce industry, and that's something I will be doing now. So probably next episode podcast, I'm gonna have 7 things from the e-commerce industry that I've learned, and then try to give you guys that knowledge, and yeah, hopefully you learn something from it. So though that was my business update of the week, about my e-commerce company, and then my future visions and other endeavors, but then also my lessons for the week. But now I want to talk about continuous improvement and, continuous development. So as an engineer, we always talk about continuous improvement. In an internship last summer, I was working on a specific part, and we were looking at specific continuous improvement of that joint. Or everything in engineering is really just continuous improvement. So it's something that I've been exposed to, but you really look at it usually as an external thing instead of internally. So now I'm looking more at continuous improvement internally of myself. So that means that each day I'm working, I'm adding a benefit, and I'm realizing that the person that I am right now is not the person that I need to be. And I think, that is a very large thing to understand, knowing that I want to achieve these goals, but the person that I am today isn't able to achieve those things. The person 10 years from now is the guy who can achieve those amazing missions, have $1 million company, $1 billion company, be able to have financial freedom and all of those things. So understanding that. And I was watching Social Proof podcast, once again, I binge watched that, so, crazy every day, but I was watching one with the guest being Dan Henry. And that's when he was kind of highlighting that aspect of knowing that he's not the person that he needs to be, but he's going to work to become that person every day, 1% every day. And then it's a compound effect on yourself. And when you look back at it, 3 months from now, you're going to have like a 3,000%, development in yourself, because you've been investing in yourself daily, constantly. And for me, it's kind of hard to see the results in the moment. So, I might be reading all these books or watching all these podcasts, learning all this stuff about the e-commerce industry, but I may not see the payback. And this is kind of a struggle for me, and I know it can be a struggle for some people, because you want to see the fruits of your labor. But what I've kind of realized is that, the results are never direct. The payback is always delayed. And, that's good sometimes, because the payback can hit you randomly, and, it gives you, that motivation, and you realize that, everything you did up to that point has been for a reason. But sometimes when you don't see the payback, it can unmotivate you. So when that happens, you just have to remember to stay in the present and just continue working. Just stay grounded in yourself, and realize that whatever goal you want to achieve, it requires you to, go that extra mile, and just keep pushing and keep working and getting better and better. An example within myself is me doing my job search. So I was, I'm an engineer, and I've had good grades throughout, college. I worked really hard in my academics. I worked really hard at, developing my professional career within college, having 3 internships throughout my 4 years, being active on campus, being active in clubs, and just trying to become the best engineer that I could be. So when I graduate, then I have a lot of job offers, and the payback for me would be able to work at a amazing company, one that's like innovative and, really pushing those boundaries. And the payback from my 4 years of work would be, after those 4 years, being able to sit in that interview, have one chance, and then ball out in that interview, because everything that I've done before has been to prepare me for this moment. And that's what I've been thinking about when I've been doing my job interviews, that, I really shouldn't be too nervous, because I put in the work, I put in the hours, I put in the time, and I'm authentic with, my beliefs. And this is being an engineer is something that I really enjoy. So when it comes to, being in an interview, all I have to do is just be myself. And I think that's big. And that's kind of just the experience with myself when it comes to, seeing the payback after 4 years of work. Right. So, just trying to, stay grounded in every moment, and and just continue to learn. And also another point that I want to say about continuous improvement is that everything is knowledge. So I want to learn anything and everything, whether it's crucial to me or not. And the fact is, whether I learn it is great. And then if I use it, I may or not, I may use it, or I may not have to use it. But the fact that I've gained the information is the most crucial part. And you never know when you may need a specific piece of information, no matter how, off base it may seem from your purpose. It may be beneficial down the line. So just, I'm just trying to learn everything, whether it is a business that I may not even want to go forth with. I still want to learn about it and see, maybe can I apply the principles of this business to mine, or can I apply this way of thinking to anything that I'm doing now? So just starting to learn anything and everything, I think it is big, and it makes it nice when you're learning, because it doesn't box you into only a specific one area that you have to learn. Instead, you can pick learnings from everywhere you go, anybody you talk to, and that makes the learning process so much better and so much more intriguing and fun. So yeah, that was the topic for the week: continuous improvement. I hope you guys could take something from what I've said, and possibly just use it in your own sense when it comes to developing every day, and just staying in the grind. Consistently working, consistently developing, and hope that you guys took something from that. I want to set my goals for next week when it comes to e-commerce. So I'm not sure on the estimated delivery for my sample. So the goals I want to set is to come back with 7 things that I learned from the week. I want to start my Amazon Seller Essential account and be able to become familiar with that platform. I believe that I need to have a FN SKU for my product, which I would want the manufacturer to put on my product. And at this point, I don't have an FN SKU, so I would need to try to get my seller account really quick right now, and try to get that process rolling before I have my bulk order sent to me. So I'm gonna come back next episode with 7 things that I've learned. And so that's my next steps. And I have my outro that I kind of wrote my script for, and I'm about to try it real quick. So, all right, let's get it, y'all. Go and achieve your 99 dream. And it's 99 dream because you're going to achieve your dream. It would be 100%, but nobody's perfect. So you're going to achieve 99% of that. And let's go. Let's get it.